Yo, what up, man? It's your boy K, back with another live, doing my morning routine, dropping, the folks that's most important in my life off to their destinations and kicking flavor with you guys on this Thursday morning live, rolling through Atlanta. So I want to talk about trade lines. I'm getting a lot of messages, people booking consultations. If you want to book that consultation, creditkay.com, $50 whole 1 hour. I'm giving all the game, all the sauce, all the things you need to know about this credit, how to run up a bag, how to get $100,000 in credit, how to get cell phones, cars, cribs, homes, everything you need for yourself. Giving second chance credit profiles, also known as CPNs, selling trade lines. I do the all for you guys to help build back up those credit scores. But people hit me up and they're really confused on what a trade line is, what a primary is, what an authorized user is. People hit me up, why I can buy a primary? Like, bro, you don't really buy a primary like authorized user. So let me just break everything down. Hopefully this clears up some confusion. I'm just gonna start sending people this video when they ask, silly questions about primaries and authorized users. But so basically, trade line, any account that hits your credit report is a trade line, whether it's an auto loan, whether it's a credit card, whether it's a secured credit card, whether it's a authorized user account. If somebody puts you on their credit card, that's a trade line. So you got primaries, with you apply for yourself. If you apply for AVA, you apply for kickoff, you apply for a car, if you apply for a mortgage, anything that you apply for yourself, you're the primary lien holder, the primary borrower. That's why they call it primaries. You're the primary owner of that account. Then that's a primary. And it's a primary trade line. So anything that reports on your credit report is a trade line. You got primaries, and you got the authorized users, where you got friends or family with good credit, or strangers like me who want to sell you their trade lines. They put you on it, reports for 30 to 90 to 60 days. They take you off, and then you get the credit benefits, and then when they take the card off, then you lose the credit benefits. Real simple. Now they got credit builder accounts, AVA, kickoff, all of those are primaries. Those are not authorized users. Those are not anything different. Those are trade lines. Those are primary trade lines. So if you want to know where to buy a primary trade line, technically you can buy one from AVA. You pay them $40 a month and they report the trade line. But as soon as you stop paying them the monthly fee, then they stop reporting that trade line. So it's a little bit different from how people like me or others sell authorized user trade lines. Go ahead and hit that like button. We got 3 people in here right now. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, tap that like button, ask a question. You got in the comment a question about credit repair, CPNs, trade lines, looking to boost your scores up. Let me know. And we can get some things going. You did what I know. A little background or something on that. Anyway, yeah, appreciate that like. All right, so but yeah, so that's pretty much the nutshell. I don't know why so many people get it confused on what trade line is. Anything, I'll say it one more time, anything that the report that's reporting is a trade line. If account go to selections, that's a negative trade line. Now you don't want negative trade lines, you want them all positive. You have a 30-day late trade line, you want to bring that back by making 2 on-time payments. That the negative, with the late payment kind of wipes itself off. So go ahead and start making those payments back on time. If you missed the 30-day late payment, just go ahead and make 2 consecutive on-time payments and you'll be back right in no time. But please do not get confused on what a trade line is. If you got any questions, if you're still kind of confused, let me know. Okay, we got a good question down here. Let me not run over nobody out here. And then it said, could you speak on how to rebuild credit from scratch? Man, bro, you on Depot, nigga? Yeah, I'll go over real briefly. Rebuild credit from scratch. So if you remove from scratch means you removed all the negative stuff. So first you have to remove all the negative stuff. I don't do credit repair. I recommend getting with a credit repair expert, someone who can, remove all the stuff, do a credit sweep or something like that. You can do it yourself. Go to Credit Karma, Experian, dispute some things. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't. But getting with somebody that's known to get results in the credit repair business, I don't have anybody I recommend, but do your research and you should be able to find somebody. And after you get everything removed off that credit report, V Malone, then you have to start actually building your credit. No credit is just as worse as bad credit. So by not having any positive trade lines, once you do that credit sweep or get your credit repaired, you probably won't have any trade lines. So you have to start building up. And if you're beginning, then since you're at the beginning now, not a lot of banks are going to approve you for anything. So you either have to go the secured card route or the authorized user route. My advice, go ahead, get an authorized user, spend $200-300, get a moderate limit authorized user credit card. You can go to Tradeline Supply, you can hit me up, go to a couple other websites, and then start with some credit builders. Get a secured card, maybe go to the bank you're already doing business with, get a secured card, or you can go to Capital One or Discover, get you a secured card, put up $200, get you a limit. Go to Ava Kickoff, Self Lender, get you a self loan, kind of reports as an installment loan. So therefore you have a good credit mix. You want 2 revolving trade lines, which will be 2 credit cards, and then an installment loan, like a personal line of credit or that self-builder or a mortgage or a car loan. So you want 2 revolving, 2 credit cards, and 1 installment, like I said, which would be like a personal loan, a pledge loan. Anything you make the same amount of payments every month is an installment loan. And anything that you have a revolving balance, you pay off, you get to spend, you pay it off, you get to spend some more, you pay it off, you get to spend some more. That's revolving. I appreciate you, V Malone, with the question this morning. Appreciate you tapping that like button. But yeah, so I just want to get in this real quickly. Hopefully this, I'm gonna record this and put this out. But yeah, so, and also another word, crypto is up, back over 92,000 Bitcoin right now, down from 78. So if you bought in, you don't have to buy the whole Bitcoin. You just put the $100 in when it was at 78,000 and got it back up to 92. You would have made a good little about $80 off that 100, But cool little moves out here, plenty ways to make some money using credit. But I just want to mention how to get trade lines and what's the difference between primary trade lines and authorized user trade lines. But you cannot buy trade lines from people. Anybody who's telling they're selling trade lines, or they're selling backdated auto loans, or they're selling backdated mortgages, and there's half of the people I'm coming across are scams. So do your diligence, be careful. They're making it seem like it's too good to be true than it is. And then other thing I want to talk about is like shell corps. We're getting questions about shell corps and things of that nature. Do your due diligence, understand what you're really buying. Just because you watch one YouTube video, you really don't have a grasp on what's going on, man. Really do a deep dive on what's going on, how it benefits you, why it would benefit you, and why you really want to do it. Just instead of listen to a YouTuber say, all you need is a shell corp, you're gonna get $100,000. No, it's not that simple. Not that simple. So any other questions, any other concerns? I'm in traffic now, so I might as well stay on here. What's happening? Let me get 2 likes. Gonna get 2 likes on the live. We're talking about credit and how to build up credit profiles from scratch, what you need, trade lines, different trade lines you can get. I'm going to do another video later today about soft profile pools and how you can use pre-qualifies and soft pools, so where they let you know if you're approved or not before you get that hard inquiry, how that can benefit you guys who starting these new profiles and starting these new CPNs, trying to rebuild your credit profile. That'll help you out a lot with those soft pulls and not getting those inquiries. So stay on the lookout for that video. I got about over 80 banks and 80 institutions where you can get a soft pull, and just to see if you're approved. A great way to check your profile, see how strong it is. If you get, qualified for a credit card outright, I mean, your profile is very, very strong. If they offer you a secured card up front, then your profile is, starting to get there, but it's still weak. And if they don't offer you anything, that means your profile is weak. You don't have enough public records. You don't have enough, things going on it. Not enough trade lines, not enough public records. So you need to keep building if you don't get pre-qualified for anything, secured card or a regular card. But stay on the lookout for that. Everything you guys should be doing should be through a pre-qualified portal. You should never just be risking getting inquiries on your profiles out here, risking getting inquiries out here, because that's going to hurt you. And also, when you're doing these authorized users and these credit builder accounts, make sure you're getting, cards with age and high limits. If your money is low, then you got to kind of buy what you can afford. But you really don't need no more than 2 AUs. More than 2 AUs do not help you, in my experience. If you got some different experience, you prove me wrong, show me, but putting no more than 2 authorized users on there would not help you. And then also be careful with these credit builders and these, these subprime, these little crappy credit cards, Scourge, Credit One, either is a small credit where you got to pay a fee, or they only give you like a $200 credit limit. Adding too many of those puts you in a bucket where you're subprime, where you're ranked by banks as being a bad borrower by having someone with low credit scores. So you don't want a bunch of those accounts on there. Really no more than 1 credit builder account, maybe 2, if you spread them out, because they're going to count as a new account, and new accounts also drop your credit score. So you don't want a bunch of new accounts on there. You want to spread out, applying for cards, getting approved for cards, because those are new accounts hurt. But one way to get around that is by adding authorized users with age, and that kind of counteracts the new accounts with more aged account, and your credit length or your credit history length doesn't get short by having a bunch of new accounts. If you do have an old AU, like 8-9 years or better, will look good on that profile. All right, so any other questions? We got 4 people in here. If I get 4 likes, that'll be love, but it's all good. Tap in with me at Credit K on all social media if you need a consultation. If you're still lost and confused on some of these things, how to get a profile, how to make a profile, how to add a trade line, how to connect the information to you. Once you do the tri-merge process and add public records, that's how you merge your number to your name. But if you need help with that, go ahead and book that consultation. It's only $50 for 1 hour. I'm thinking about going up. I really do need to go up. But yeah, man. And then also, hit me up on social media. Cool. Make sure you got a direct question. I'm not going to answer a whole bunch of questions through email or through social media. That's what the consultation for. But if you got a one-off question, something simple, go ahead and ask that. But you're not going to just ask me a whole bunch of list of questions and take up an hour of my time, keep sending me message after message over silly stuff I already talked about in my videos. I'm going to direct you right back to my channel for the free, or you can book that consultation, man. All right, no gatekeeping. I'm getting all the game out here. You just got to find it. You know what I mean? I got probably 20-30 videos dedicated to CPNs, and a whole bunch of other ones just dedicated to banking and trade lines and getting approved. So you got to go through a lot of stuff. But if you want the streamline process, you want it outlined for you 1, 2, 3, and make it easier and quicker, and then go ahead and book the consultation. All right, peace, love, all that good stuff. No one is really talking anymore. So we gonna bees up out of here. Target losing money. Yes, Target losing money. Black people not shopping at Target no more. Yeah, let's get it. All right, y'all, gone.